On this episode of Livin' the Dream, Captain Jimmy and Luiza traveled to the Cayman Islands to fish with an old friend, Joel Jefferson of Fishbone's Guide Service. They hit the shore in search of tarpon and bonefish, and as always, the Cayman Islands provide a reliable bite.
Ooh, got him!
This is Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson.
Nice, nice.
Presented by Salt Life. Live salty.
Ooh, good fish. And that's what she was fighting all that time. Man, what a fish. Wow. Doesn't get any better than Baja. Yeah, boy! That's a kingfish right there! Woo!
Look down on that bar.
On that first ledge?
That log coming down there?
That ledge?
Yep.
Yeah,
Those are tarpon. It may be a big snook with them, but those are the tarpon.
I see them.
It's really cool to catch those little tarpon because you hook them up real quick, you land them fast, it's not a real long fight, and we're doing it in paradise. We couldn't be doing this in a better setting.
Got him. All right, guys, look at that tarpon jumping. Well, welcome back to another episode of Livin' the Dream. Today we're out here in Grand Cayman again with Joel. We're doing a little inshore fishing, and right away we hooked this tarpon up. Look how pretty that thing is. All right, I think I'm getting in a place where I can land him. All I'm doing right now is just trying to wear the fish down just a little bit so when I grab him, he doesn't shake that lure into my hand. He looks to be buttoned up pretty good. That's that right there is why I fish for tarpon. No other reason than that, the jumps. It's all about that. Very exciting. You're obviously not gonna eat them, but they are fun to watch jump. And there he is. Fun-sized tarpon. These tarpon that are 10 pounds and less are always the best, man. So fun, quick fights, they're over quick, and you get right back out there and catch another one. And you drenched me. Great way to start, guys. Welcome to the Cayman Islands. After walking down the beach for a little bit, we spotted another school of tarpon, and I casted the surface minnow and only got about 3 twitches out of it and got nailed. Got him, baby. Oh yeah. Woo! Another tarpon on. Gotta keep this rod high to keep it off the rocks. It's too easy, Joel.
Yeah, man.
Too easy. Look at all these tarpon right here, dude.
Yeah, still hanging
Look at
out.
them all in the water. That's so awesome. Here he comes. That's what we fish for him. Come on. Show us what you got. Got him. Got him. And look where that hook was. You see that? That hook came out of his mouth, hooked him in the top of the eye. We have 1 hook left in him, right there in that gill plate. And that's what did it. And again, another reason I love these Yozuri lures so much, because they have great, great barbs on them. I'll give you a look at that real quick with the lure in there. Just gonna make sure he's calm enough to pick him up. A little smaller than the last one, but another one of those fun-sized fish, buddy. All day long. It's fun fishing. Fun fishing. And if you guys wanted to come out here and catch tarpon like this, again, the website to go to would be
Fishbones.com.
Fishbones.com. It's going to appear on the screen below you here so you guys can check it out, know where to go to catch a few of these guys. The setting and the water for this tarpon fishing was perfect. You couldn't ask for a prettier setting, man. Right there in paradise on the beach, catching tarpon on artificial lures. It doesn't get any better than that. After walking down the beach some more and looking for some more fish without any luck, we kind of figured that the tarpon schools got spooked from us catching those 2 fish, so we went ahead and loaded up and moved to another spot. We made a quick stop at the ramp, and sure enough, the bonefish were waiting on us.
You see it flash? Do you see it? Nope, you just flashed in front of you. All that stuff in the bottom down there, that's all bonefish, buddy. Probably about 200 in there, I'm not kidding you.
All right.
The conditions were a little worse on this side of the island because there was sargassum grass everywhere. There was just stuff floating in the water and just tough to catch fish.
Best thing for us to do, if you can, just chuck it maybe to that brown edge and then bring it back. There you go, walk it back.
As you can see, there's sargassum grass everywhere. It's gonna make walking the beach kind of hard. But there's some bonefish right down here in this little pit, so we're gonna take what we can, and there goes the hit right there. Got it. Just like that. First drop, and he's on. I'm gonna have a heck of a time dragging him through those weeds. I might have to try to lift him. What do you think?
Yeah, I can get it if you want, or you can take him over to the boat ramp, whatever you want to do.
I can try to do it. I can try to pull him up over the top of the weeds.
You can pull him over the top, whatever works, yeah. Just don't let him go under, or you're done.
Got weeds everywhere. I might be able to work him up this way. There's a
Actually,
little less
that's a
weeds
good
on
idea,
this side.
Jimmy. If you can get him into that beach over there, it'd be a lot easier for us to get a good shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to work him down this dock over to the beach.
So I was actually dragging the fish across the top of the sargassum grass to land them.
All right, let's get this guy unhooked. Look at this, he's got a big old beard. Come on, go to the rock there. Look at that. It's unbelievable how easy it is to catch fish here. I mean, we went from catching a few tarpon, no problem, first shrimp in the water off the dock, and got a nice bonefish.
So I dehooked that bonefish and got ready to release him.
I'm just gonna go ahead and release him right from here. Give him a shot right off the beach, swimming out. Look at him.
The conditions were a lot worse on this side of the island, and the other side was very difficult to find any fish, so we decided to go ahead and call it a day, regroup, and get set up to catch some more fish tomorrow.
Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by Salt Life. Live salty. Engel Coolers, the original high-performance cooler. Sea Deck. Your boat deserves Sea Deck. ACR Electronics, the science of survival. And by American Fishing Wire. Captain Jimmy and Luiza are back in Grand Cayman fishing with Joel Jefferson of Fishbone's Guide Service. It's day 2 of their trip, and Jimmy and Luiza follow Joel to the south side of the island in search of bonefish.
And one of the reasons we were going for bonefish on this trip is because we couldn't get offshore to go for the tuna that we wanted to go for, but it made for a pretty good day of bonefishing. The biggest problem with the water being stirred up offshore is that it's also stirred up inshore, so it did make it a little more difficult for us to see the fish because everything was stirred up and the wind was blowing sargassum, grass, and mud and everything else right up on the bank where we're normally looking to see the bonefish. We had to do some walking down the beach before we ended up spotting one in some shallow water to make a cast at it.
Pick it up and go left. Right in the corner of that, like where white and brown, just go past it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's closer to you. Hit it, okay? Come on, Matt. Swing the rod to the right so it kind of drags in there a little bit more.
Right here?
A little bit more. And then drop it right there. It's right there. It's literally right there. He's coming to it.
Yes.
Hopefully he'll eat it. Come on. He's swimming right toward it. You see it, Jimmy?
He's on.
Wait. You know what to do.
Good job, Luiza.
Bonefish on!
All right.
Welcome to Grand Cayman.
All the weeds that were floating in the water were starting to pile up on Luiza's line as she was fighting the fish in, and that's not good because it creates extra weight on the line. It can put slack in it if it bows, and it could also even break your line if it rubs wrong or creates too much weight.
It's gonna be a nice one, Jimmy.
All right, let me get these weeds off.
Oh yeah, get the weeds off. He's big, he's really
a big
big.
one.
He's a big bonefish.
All this sargassum's not easy to work with.
No, I'm glad we have good sunglasses because it will be very difficult to see here.
Very hard to see. That's a big fish, Luiza. Wow.
saved him a nice juicy shrimp
Oh
and he
my
went
goodness,
for it.
Luiza, this is a huge bonefish. Lead him right here. Don't give him slack.
Yeah.
Look at this fish.
Look at that
I'm gonna get my
fish.
hands on him a little better. He's still got a kick in him. That's a monster, girl.
It's a monster.
Wow. We were pretty excited to land that bonefish because it was a lot harder to spot him and way harder to land him than normal with all those weeds floating in the water.
Check it out. Woohoo!
That's a spot right there.
It was worth the wait.
Good fish, Luiza.
Very nice
Got a little beer
bonefish.
here he's on.
Look at the stomach on that fish.
That's a
It's a
monster.
big one for sure. Oh, crap.
Got him on a big old shrimp, huh?
Yeah.
Good way to start it off.
Nice juicy shrimp.
We were walking the beach a little earlier and had a little bit of trouble because there was a big tiger shark cruising and it was spooking everything.
Yeah.
And came out here and did it quick, huh? And it's why we fish in the Cayman Islands for bonefish so much. A lot of the places we go, we're just catching little ones and it's not that exciting. Out here you get these big lunker bonefish. I mean, to catch 5 to 10 pound fish is not uncommon here at all. And we have tough conditions. We can't see in the water good. There's junk and sargassum and just dirt everywhere from all this wind that's kicking up, and that's why we're not offshore. We were supposed to be offshore, but we're fishing inshore because of all this wind. But you know what? The bonefish are still here. A little harder for us to see, but the reward is worth it. It's worth putting in the time. And we're early in the morning still, so I'm sure you can get a couple more down today before this tide falls out. Wow, that's just a pretty fish too. Big, fat,
Cayman bonefish.
very nice Cayman bonefish. Fat, healthy one.
You're watching Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson. We'll be back for more Livin' the Dream right after the break. Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson is made possible by C&H Lures. Be a winner with C&H Lures. Plantation on Crystal River, the place to stay and play along Florida's nature coast. Yozuri, fish the best. Cayman Islands Angling Club, come experience sport fishing in paradise. And by Tsunami, awesome tackle. For Captain Jimmy and Luiza, it's day 2 of fishing for tarpon and bonefish in Grand Cayman. Though the water conditions haven't been ideal for sight fishing, Jimmy was able to make their first day with a few jumpy tarpon.
Got him. All right, guys, look at that tarpon jumping. And there he is. Fun-sized tarpon. Got him. Oh, yeah. Woo!
And despite the thick sargassum grass drifting in, Luiza started the morning off with a big bonefish.
Welcome to Grand Cayman.
With weeds weighing the line down, it wasn't an easy fish to land, but Jimmy was able to clear the line, and in doing so revealed the size of the fish.
He's still got a kick in him. That's a monster, girl.
It's a monster.
Wow.
Check it out. Massive Cayman bonefish. Thanks for the fight, buddy.
Yeah, he's ready.
There he goes.
That's what it's all about right there.
Yep.
Good job, Luiza.
Awesome.
Well done. Way to start the day off. Rough conditions, lots of wind, this junk everywhere on your lines and in the way and stopping us from seeing fish and still able to catch them here. Tough conditions, still get big bonefish in Grand Cayman. Can't beat it. All right, on to the next spot.
Oh, so that's what you do.
Yeah, I like to bust up the end of it a little bit just to get a, a little
extra
fleshy,
scent.
a little more scent.
Extra scent in the water.
Yeah.
We walked up and down the beach quite a bit and looked around trying to find a spot to find some bonefish, and we were just having trouble. We couldn't find them. So we made our way back to the public ramp, and when we got to the public ramp, there were bonefish all over it, just sitting there waiting on us.
Fish on. Got him. Woo! Big school right here. Maybe I'm just gonna try to walk him that way. Yeah.
It was pretty cool watching Luiza fight that fish from the dock and work it back to land so that she could land it.
That's why it's important to have that top knot leader, 15 pound, because there's so many things here that can break us off underneath the dock.
Good job. Tearing it up at the docks today. Look at that, another one with a beard. Some of those real pretty locations have been tough to land them, but the dock has been the place to do it.
Did you see the size of the school? It was a big school bonefish right there.
I couldn't see it from where I was at, but you got the job done. Another great catch.
Ooh, I was so excited. It was tough today because we couldn't actually see them very well because the water is so stirred up.
Yep.
But we got him.
You did. Oh, look at that.
There
Look
you
at the
go.
colors on them in there. Beautiful.
Gave me a good fight.
Look at him go. And he's gone right back where he came from.
Perfect. Awesome.
All right. With the tough conditions bone fishing, we decided to go ahead and call it a day and check out some of the local scenery. There's a lot of really cool things to see in the Cayman Islands, and the blowholes are one of them. And you can find blowholes all around the island, but the east side of the island has a public spot where there's actually a sign and a place that's actually designated to walk down on the beach and check out some of those blowholes. Basically what a blowhole is just an area that the water's kind of carved out in the rocks that it rushes into and shoots water straight up in the air. It's a cool place to take some pictures or a selfie or whatever you may want to do. But you know, if you're driving around the island, it only takes a minute to stop, and they are pretty neat to see.
From sight fishing to sightseeing, Captain Jimmy and Luiza have spent their time on the Cayman Islands biding time in hopes that the water will clear. But even in these rough water conditions, they've managed to land some exciting fish. And when they hit the shore tomorrow, they're in store for an even bigger bite when Livin' the Dream returns after these messages. Captain Jimmy and Luiza are in Grand Cayman, waiting for the wind to die down so they can go offshore. But conditions aren't improving. So as a last-ditch effort, they take some advice from a friend and decide to go for tarpon in a local channel.
The conditions were a little tougher on this trip. I mean, it was really hard to fish for the bonefish and tarpon from land just because there was only certain spots on land where we could get away from people and actually catch the fish. And on the sides where there weren't very many people, the sargassum grass was just blowing up on land. So Captain Richard Orr said to us, why don't you guys go try to catch a tarpon behind the restaurant? I've been seeing a bunch of them over there. So we hooked up with Captain Richard Orr. He took us over behind the restaurant and showed us where the tarpon were, and Luiza flipped out there, and it didn't take her long at all to get hooked up.
Oh,
Oh,
you missed it. Son of a-
come back for it.
That was a nice one, too. Oh, he keeps circling on it. He's going to hit it.
Hit it. Yeah, I can feel the little snapper pecking. Oh, got him. Oh, yeah. Woo! Awesome! Tarpon on!
If Richard says the tarpon are behind the tarpon are behind the restaurant. And that's what made our day come together. Because when we couldn't get something somewhere else, we made it happen from land behind the restaurant.
He's running, he won't stop! He's taking drag. He's gonna drop! Woo!
Luiza did an amazing job of working that tarpon up and down those jetties there because it's not easy fighting a tarpon from land, especially one that size, because you have to have enough drag on it to slow it down, and you have to be able to work it back to land to be able to get your hands on it to land it, and it wasn't easy. And she was just working that thing up and down the beach. Wherever it went, she followed it, and we didn't have any issues at all staying right on top of that tarpon because she was doing a good job with it.
Good job.
This is definitely an exciting fish to catch. He's staying down right now.
Yep.
Try.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
Keep going.
Oh, we have a dock there.
You got him. Go right around. Nice, nice. Whoa.
He's coming back now.
He's coming back at you. There you
All
go.
right. He's making it easy for me. He's not going anywhere tricky.
And that was an awesome way to end an amazing day in the Cayman Islands with a nice tarpon right from land.
If you guys haven't caught a tarpon yet, this is one of the most exciting fish to watch jump. They'll put up a show for sure. Look how beautiful it is.
There it is. Nice jump. And Luiza did an amazing job of bringing that fish to me and putting it in position to land it.
Watch out.
Nice. Just tell me if you see any bull sharks that are hungry.
Oh, came off.
There you go.
Just chafed through right there.
It's okay. Quick, catch and release.
That's what we were gonna do anyway. That worked out.
Awesome.
So-
Can I buy a poop?
It's unfortunate that it wore through the leader. It was probably for the better because there was a bunch of rocks there. It shook the hook, it swam off healthy, and we got the fight out of the fish that we wanted. Had that thing all the way down his mouth. A little soaked right now, but it chafed through. We got everything we wanted out of him, all the jumps,
It
all
was
the
it was super
excitement.
exciting fight, so I'm glad he got away safely.
We got a crowd behind us. If you guys take a quick peek right over our shoulders here, you'll see what we got checking us out. So right here at the restaurant having a good time and trying to pull in a tarpon.
We did.
Yep.
All right, you ready to go get something to eat?
Let's do it.
All right.
It's been a long day.
For more fishing and diving action, follow along on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Captain Jimmy Nelson. Livin' the Dream with Captain Jimmy Nelson was brought to you by Salt Life. Live salty.